Hi, this is Myra with Boutique Paint. I'm going to stamp on some scarves today to as a quick, easy gift idea. Um, these are hair ties, actually. These are silk hair ties, and I tie-dyed this. My niece was having a tie-dye party, and so I just grabbed a bunch of the hair ties and went ahead and tie-dyed these. I have two of them that I'm going to stamp on today. But I always keep some silk scarves, just plain silk scarves around for gifts. They're, something that you can do really quickly, and you can really personalize it for whomever you're giving it to. Or if you have like a party coming up where you're doing a gift exchange, this is a great exchange also idea. I went ahead and stamped this end with the Bohemian stamp. I'm going to flip the other edge over, and I will do it. Like I said, I did the tie-dye at a tie-dye party, but that being said, it's super easy just to mix up a little bit of different dyes and play with it. The other thing you can do is if you have any leftover Easter egg dye, especially if you had to dissolve it with the vinegar, that stuff makes great dyes too. You don't have to do the tie-dyed effect if that's not your thing. You can just do, just a straight color. So I'm just gonna inked it up. I'm using black. I'm just gonna, and this is the IOD ink. And I'm just gonna push. While I'm holding down with the other hand, I'm going to push with this hand and just go over the whole thing. Anytime you have an edge that might be a little bit bulkier, especially if you're stamping fabric, this is pretty thin, but it's the same idea. You want to make sure where that seam is, you kind of get in there so that you don't have a gap. When I mean a gap, sometimes the stamp won't go all the way to this side of the edge. So you really want to get in there. And there we go. Let's set that stamp aside. And you can see I went over my edges. So I usually just take my, excuse my reach here, take my rubbing alcohol in a paper towel, and it cleans right up. So this turned out pretty cute. Stamping it on both sides. Okay, this is the stamp I decided to use. And this is the tail feathers to the, I almost said pelican. It's not a pelican. It's a peacock, the Pablo stamp, which has been discontinued, but they're still around. I don't use the, to be honest, I have used the entire stamp, but I use this part more than anything. And for this alone, to me, it's worth it. But I like scrolly, kind of fussy stuff. So I'm gonna just set that down right there. Once again, you could have this go off to the side. You can place it wherever. And then when you're done, you wait 24 hours for the ink to set, and then you can heat set it with an iron. And just be careful of your heat settings that you don't set it too high. These are silk, so the setting's a little higher. Or if you're doing cotton, of course, then you can do higher yet. Oop. Yeah, that looks pretty. So I'll go down to the other end. I get these silk scarves and hair ties from Dharma Trading. And hopefully I can remember to post the link down below. They're inexpensive, and they're just, like I said, I always have them on hand for different projects. Because you never know around here when you're going to go to a tie-dye party. We have a tradition that started, that I didn't realize we started, but my niece, who does love tie-dye, when she was pregnant, she did a tie-dye party of onesies. We dyed all kinds of onesies for the party. Another one we did is just decorating baby onesies for the baby shower. That's a fun project. Gets people up out of their seats and talking, and especially if not everybody knows each other. All right. And there we go. And that is a hair tie number 2. That's pretty. And then the scarf I'm going to do a little bit different. I'm going to put my, if I can find it, my lid back on my black so I don't put, it was here a minute ago. If you could see the mess that I'm in right now. And no, I'm not going to show you because it's bad. This is what happens when I really get into making the videos and trying to come up with new ideas on how to use the different products we sell. Sometimes it just becomes a little disaster zone around here, and that's where we're at. I'm going to use the IOD turmeric. I was trying to find the other blue, and I do not know where that's at, which is kind of crazy because that is one of the few things that is organized. But I will use the China blue, and then I'm going to do some of the butterflies. So grab another mount. I think I'm going to do it not that way. So what I'm going to do here is I don't want it just to be one color. So I'm going to, well, that doesn't look like China blue, does it, when it's on there? That's very strange. I wonder if this got re-inked with the wrong ink, but that's okay. Now I might goober and get some blue on this by doing this way, and I'm actually okay with that. But what you can do afterwards is take a paper towel and kind of pull some of the ink off if you do. Ah! Okay, well, we're going to use it right there since it fell right there. And we're not going to say that we boo-booed. We're going to say we did that on purpose. But that looks good. I'm not sure why it didn't stick, other than the sticky part of it went out. I'm going to grab a baby wipe. I'm going to clean the back of that stamp so that it won't do that again. Hopefully that'll stick. Clean up our ink. Baby wipes will work. Always stamp, always stamp on something, either some paper or something you don't care about, because you will usually get either bleed through on the back side, or like I just did, and I stamped over. All right. Now let's try this again. I'm gonna make sure that sticks. Nope, it doesn't want to stick. I'm getting ink everywhere. I don't know why that's... I'll just freehand it. All right. I heated up. I ironed on my little thing here, and it bubbled up on me a little bit. And then yellow. And don't stamp over the top of whatever you're working on, even though I do it. As my mom says, do as I say, don't do as I do. I'm just going to hold that just, actually, I think, well, yeah, let's do it there. Okay, I'm probably off screen. There we go. And see how it has like 3 colors because you blended. It turns out very pretty. And now it sticks, which is great. I'm going to grab another one of the backs. And we'll check it before we, yeah, they are all kind of not sticky today. When they get like this, just clean them. You can wash them in the sink, or you can just baby wipe the back. They will re-cling again. I'm not sure why that one didn't, because I had just cleaned it, and so I was kind of surprised that it fell off. So I'm going to now, I think I'm going to do the opposite. So I'm going to do the yellow at the bottom. Always keep an eye when you're stamping that these little areas here don't get ink on them, because when you stamp, especially on fabric, it has a tendency to sometimes be a little bit raised, and it'll pick up that color. And you may not want it. Well, I know you don't want it. All right, so let's just put him right there. Oop. And there we go. So I'm gonna be careful with the ink. I just almost put this into the ink pad because I have them open, both of them open, and I'm trying to work in a small space so that you can see. Yeah. All right, I'll bring back the bigger one. Some of the older IOD stamps, there's some of them that are my absolute favorites. And there's one that has, oh, I can't even think of what it is. But they have a little bit more unusual, less fussy, for lack of a better word. Stamp. One, it looks like an artichoke, and I don't think it is, but I can't remember what it is. And that would be really nice for stamping. Matter of fact, I can grab one. Like this one. This one's an older one. Doesn't that look like an artichoke? But this would be fun to stamp. You got the scrolls, or if the person you're stamping for isn't into, scrolls, something like this. It's got a bee. So the old ones are a lot of fun, especially if you have them. You can pull them out and keep using them. I think we get into our heads about the new ones, and it's like, oh, I got to use the new ones. And of course, I want to show new ones to you so you can see what they look like. But that being said, some of the old ones are just so much fun to do projects with. Okay, see, I got a little bit of the blue on there. I'm just gonna take this and just kind of wipe it. It's not going to make it perfect. I'm getting some of the foam off too. I do that. Let's come up here. We'll do partially off, since that's what I did on purpose. Wink, wink. All right. Nice. Once again, clean your surface. And then this one, we'll put him right about there. And if you think about it, keep using the same edge up against this. This one doesn't have color on it yet, so I'm not as worried about it. Also, probably the best thing to do is to stamp your lighter color first, then your darker color, because this isn't going to come off on this as much it's not going to show up as much, especially if you go to use it on something else. I love these colors on the silk. It's very, very pretty. Oh, and off it went. Actually, I'm going to put that back on so that, nice thing about using the plastic back is it gives you more surface to work with, and your fingers don't stick then to the back of the stamp, even if it's not sticking to the thin mount. So I'm just going to reach in there and grab the corner of that butterfly so I make sure I pick it up. And there we go. And so I will heat set this in 24 hours, and it'll make a fabulous gift. Thank you so much for joining me. If you have any questions about any of our products, you can go to our website at www.boutiquepaint.com. Bye.